Tony Longhurst will start from pole in this one. They reverse the top six. Garth Tander should be starting from pole position, but there has been a meeting between officials over that altercation with Russell Ingall. He's kept his points from race one, but he's been sent to the rear of the grid.
Yeah, it's pretty rough justice out there. And Garth Tander's paid a heavy price today. Jason Bargwanna starts out of 9th, Stephen Johnson 10th. Stephen Richards, great performance that to jump up to 11th. All the way down to Paul Morris in 16th.
We go further back through the field. Faulkner and Murphy, row 9. McConville and Bates, 10. Mazira, McDougall, 11. And Brad Jones and Trevor Ashby, row 12.
Steve Reed and Paul Romano at a 25 and 26. Rod Nash in there too. Derek Van Zel. Russell Ingall, as a result of that altercation with Garth Tander, starts right back there with the Valvoline Cummins driver. Rodney Forbes just splitting the two.
It's quite incredible, this place for weather. It was sunny at the end of that last one. It started drizzling with rain. It was really cloudy. It looked like it was going to be a downpour. Yeah. And now it's brilliant sunshine again.
4 seasons in one day, they say. And we've had plenty of weather variety here over the last 2 days. Sunday's no different.
A couple of non-starters in this one for you too. Anthony Tradd and the Toll Express Falcon is out. They've had dramas with the front strut on that car after contact in race one. Damien White also is out. They've got oil pressure problems in the One World Sport Falcon, and all Falcon front row, the first time since 1992. But Tony Longhurst has been on pole position. Gee, it's been a long time between drinks. Can he convert this into a much-needed race win for Stone Brothers?
Yeah, we've got a really interesting championship situation here. Scaife was only able to increase his lead over Tander by 6 points as a result of Heat 1. But now Tander's starting right off the back. He's got a lot of work to do if he's going to keep this championship battle alive.
By rights, Ellery should have the best chance because it should be the grippiest part. Oh, don't creep.
Well, who'll get the bunch, or the jump, I should say here, the former teammates. Oh. Away they go, Ellery. Oh, boy, bogs it down a little bit. Look at the launching.
Oh, somebody
HRC. We've got someone stalled. That's Russell. That's Larry Perkins, yeah.
It's Larry. Oh,
and
here, look.
Stephen Richards has made contact with Larry there.
Ripped the wheel off, hasn't
No,
it?
it's ripped a wheel off the car on the right. I can't quite see it.
I think it's one of the Kmart cars, Baz.
Yeah.
Hell of an impact there. They shuffled up toward the turn one.
Look at pull the harbour. Oh, that's
Stephen Johnson.
So
it's all happening in that opening turn. Stephen Johnson, look at the damage here.
That.
Stephen Richards, goodness me. Bottom of the car scraping along the bitumen. He's going to try and limp it back to pit lane as Larry Perkins caught up in that start incident.
Bear in mind, that's a brand new car too, Mark.
Safety car is on the track. They've got a bit of wreckage around here. Yellow flags are waving. They'll slow the field down, bring the safety car out onto the track until they can sort out this mess and get back to racing.
Oh, what a shame. Larry debuted that car at Calder Park, I think it was. Some dramas there, though, for Stephen Richards as well. He's won 2 rounds this season. Stephen was on a definite charge in race 1. After a shocking qualifying performance, he really worked his way through the field.
Garth Tander, there he is, car 34. As a result of that collision with Russell Ingall, they've moved him to the back of the field. If he's going to keep this Shell Championship Series fight alive, he's going to drive the race of his life here. Once they tidy up this mess, Stephen Richards may be able to limp all the way back to the pits under his own power. Larry Perkins' car, I think, is stranded out there on the pit straight. Look at the fire there. Look at a fire under that car now. I think the marshals are telling him to stop it. Because he's going to have a real barbecue under there in a minute if they don't get some fire extinguishers onto that problem.
I think he's probably trying to get it back so they get it running for race 3.
There are marshals on the scene putting out that fire. Fast response from the Sandown team. Stephen Richards gets out. Great disappointment for the Kmart driver. Has been on a somewhat of a roll recently. He was on a hat-trick of podium performances coming into this round, but it's not going to be that way today. Look at the damage here. Larry Perkins, just the rear wheel missing from the Castrol Commodore. Looks like that whole rear end has collapsed.
We're endeavouring to find out for you what has happened there. We hear Larry may have stalled in the Castrol Commodore. We'll try and get some sort of confirmation on that for you, and perhaps that was the catalyst that set that chain reaction off.
Left a big line of oil right down the main straight. Let's have a look at this on the Shell Helix replay. Yeah.
Oh, there you go.
But that impact was so hard.
And you see Larry's wheel. There it is there.
Look at the way the rear of the Castrol Commodore's collapsed. Right down on the ground.
And safety car pulls off. We are underway and racing in race 2. In round 12 of the Shell Championship Series, Stephen Ellery resumes control at the front of the field. We are being told at the moment there is a light sprinkling of rain happening in one part of the circuit, but it looks too dry for me at this point. So Ellery in the Super Cheap Autos Falcon leads the way.
Well, Longhurst gets a little bit wide coming out of Shell MasterCard turn. Craig Lowndes tries to capitalise down the outside of the Haviland Falcon through the S's toward Eastern Nats turn. Lowndes really attacking the curbs as he defends hard from Shell Helix driver Paul Radisich, the winner of Heat 1, as they thunder up the back straight once again. The Super Cheap Autos Falcon. Repeat of race 1 with Mark Scaife right behind him.
That was a fair old start from Scaife, wasn't it?
Fantastic start by Scaife off the line when he stuck up the inside of Longhurst. Let's have a look at this crash again.
Oh, Stephen Richards, he just basically same sort of thing as Oran Park. Stephen Richards wouldn't have got to see him until it was too late to do anything about it.
As you said, Mark, too, the way that back end collapsed, didn't it? Quite violently on the back of Larry's car, so it sustained a fair bit of damage. There's Rick Bates in the colour scan Ford. Another Ford up in front, and it is Stephen Ellery doing a marvellous job in the Super Cheap Autos Falcon, out in front and leading the way from our championship leader, Mark Scaife. Tony Longhurst under siege from Craig Lowndes. Now, we saw a few shots from our 10 cameras before. Oh, we've had an some sort of incident there between Rodney Forbes and Stephen Johnson. We saw some light sprinkling on our 10 cameras around the track here, and we are being told that some of the teams are pulling the wet weather tyres out just as a precaution.
Well, this is an outstanding performance by Stephen Ellery, you've got to say. Super Cheap Autos team. He's not only suffering from glandular fever. I was talking to him after race 1, and he said it's very, very difficult. He's trying to maintain his energy levels, but it's such a energy-sapping infection.
That's the worst thing, Mark, because it goes and it comes back and it goes and it comes back. That's why you have to look after yourself when you first get it, because otherwise you never get rid of it.
Yeah, he's certainly trying to deny the fact that he had it, but he's been diagnosed with the problem. He's hoping to try and sort it out before Bathurst. It's going to be hard work around Mount Panorama. But he's working for his money here.
Young Paul Wheel doing a good job here too, Mark. He's moved up into 9th position. They're debuting a brand new car here this weekend, the K&J Radiators Ford. Just ahead of Paul Morris, and that's Greg Murphy. Someone else who's making a move too, just keeping an eye on the times for you. Paul Radisich has managed to get around Craig Lowndes. So Radisich is in 4th position behind Longhurst. There you can see this is a good battle between these guys. The Rat looking for an inside run on Longhurst, and he's got it. He has got it.
Yeah, he has been charging, hasn't he? That car has got so much speed today. Look at Lowndes trying to get up behind. Oh, it just leans on the back of the Caltex Falcon. Up over the curbs. Paul Radisich wants to get out of this fight. Look at Radisich. Look at him on the inside.
Oh, yeah. What about that for a move? Got him Houdini on that one.
Wasn't a huge amount of room inside there. Lowndes bounced the wheel up off the curbs.
Larkham's made good ground on that one as well, and is now right in behind. You can see there, in behind Lowndes. He opts for a different line as they work down the back straight along Repco Hill. John Bow coming for the run as well.
250 kilometres an hour across the top. Breathtaking stuff as they break. Tumble down the hill toward Dandenong Road. XR Falcon corner. So Craig Lowndes really got squeezed coming onto the back straight there. Cost him a lot of time. And everyone else was able to pounce. So Craig Lowndes under fire here. Paul Radisich has taken off.
The little Ford train behind Lowndes,
Jump aboard with Mark Larkham. Mitre 10, in-car camera shows you the way out the back. There is John Bow in 7th position. Ahead of Larkham, Craig Lowndes.
I don't know what's happened to Tony Longhurst. He's dropped right back in that pack after being up in the front bunch only a moment ago. So he's back to 9th position now in the Caltex Haviland Ford. Really changing here. There goes Radisich, Lowndes, Mark Larkham on the attack. John Bow, good progress too in the Caterpillar Falcon.
Former Super Touring aces, Greg Murphy and Paul Morris going at it hammer and tong there. Craig Baird.
Well, Longhurst dropped from 3rd to 9th in the place of 1 lap. So Caltex Haviland car after a great start. Look at this on the replay. This is Radisich passing manoeuvre. Hard under brakes. Shell MasterCard turn. Beautiful move by the Kiwi. And look at this. Look how much Lowndes gets.
Lowndes, it was hot there. That was.
But look at this. He squeezed for room, and he goes right up over the curb.
That was a good move.
Yeah, you got to work. Got to work hard to get past. Mark Larkham was able to take advantage. Look at Greg Murphy getting squeezed by Paul Morris. They're all attacking here. Very, very difficult to pass. Look at the supercar racing.
In the background there too, Mark. Lights ablaze. I think you'll find that might be Garth Tander up to 14th position.
Oh, dear me. I think that might be a visit to... might be a visit to the old officials there, I would say.
Yeah, captured that one on video.
Same
Murphy.
place as happened to Ingle, isn't it?
Leaning on the rear bumper of the big Kev machine. Paul Morris ends up off the racing line, right to the back of the field. But look at this tremendous battle. This is incredible stuff. Stephen Ellery, 26-year-old Victorian, now resides on the Gold Coast, giving it everything in the Super Cheap Autos Falcon. And he's under extreme pressure from our championship leader, Mark Scaife. Scaife is aware that Tander is off the back of the field, trying to work his way through at the moment. He's up to 11th place, can you believe it? Garth Tander, after starting off the rear of the grid, is almost knocking inside the top 10.
Good idea, yeah. Paul Radicic is definitely closing on these guys. You can see him in the background there. The Kiwi. Should welcome our viewers also watching through TV1 in New Zealand. Trust you're enjoying this afternoon's telecast from Sandown. At the moment, Steve Ellery leading the way from Mark Scaife. Terrific performance from Ellery. Look at him as he rides the curves.
Just an indication of their pressure. Stephen Ellery's under, but he's doing a great job so far. Let's have a look at the replay of this. Greg Murphy comes up and kisses the rear bumper, and
One up the rectum don't affect him, but it does.
I'm just wondering, though, the way that incident actually started. I just wonder whether Morris might have had a moment and the contact was unfortunate.
Pepsi Cola machine. Now, is he okay? Yeah, he's getting back into the action as well.
Just looped it around on that final turn that brings them onto the front straight.
Looks like he's had a big hit in the passenger door there too. Mark Scaife, headlights on, and look at Paul Radicic starting to close in on this battle. Greg Murphy, after that altercation with Paul Morris, see a bit of smoke puffing from that right front wheel. Doesn't seem to be slowing his progress too much at the moment. Right up behind the Team Asia online car. We're on board as he tries to find a way past John Faulkner up the back straight. Walker, in-car camera, you're riding with the Flying Kiwi. Looks down the inside, hard under brakes. The end of the back straight, 250 kilometres an hour as they come flying over that blind brow.
Tell you what, this is Kiwi Central here because Faulkner's just ahead of Murphy in 12th position and Craig Baird's one ahead of him. Now we're being told from officials at the circuit here that there is going to be a stop-go penalty for Greg Murphy as a result of that incident with Paul Morris. So will he come in this time around? They're very close to the pit entry.
Oh, look at the shake on that wheel. I mean, he's that smoke puffing from the right front tyre. Looks like it's really causing a lot of vibration through the steering column.
They've obviously sorted Faulkner's car out because he saying he was having terrible trouble top speed-wise, but top speed looks okay now.
So the order at the moment, Stephen Ellery, Mark Scaife in second, Paul Radicic closing in third, Craig Lowndes, Mark Larkham, John Bowe, Neil Crompton in seventh, Paul Wheel in eighth, Tony Longhurst in ninth, and Garth Tander now climbs into the top 10. The guy's fighting hard.
That's a great drive from Tander.
Radicic is definitely the quickest man on the circuit on lap 8, a 1:12.49.
Well, I was talking to DJR's engine man, Warren Robb, after that race one, and he said, rubbing his hands together, he said, you watch us go at Bathurst. He has a lot of confidence about the amount of horsepower this team has found this year. And he said, let us free on those long straights at Mount Panorama in top gear and watch our cars go. Pretty ominous sign. This car is very fast on what is known as a horsepower circuit.
And this is the rat of old today, isn't it? I mean, the sort of things we've seen him do over the years. He is pumped up and trying to give this team a round victory that they desperately need. Now he hooks in like a magnet on the back of Mark Scaife. The run down the front straight.
7 laps remaining for our race leader, and the Ford flags are flying high at Sandown Park this afternoon. They've got something to cheer about for a change. Ford really in contention for a round victory here. As we look at the field, there's Garth Tander, lights on. He's been doing an incredible job storming through the field. Greg Murphy coming in to serve his stop-go penalty. Gets the green, back out to the action. He's really been in the wars in Heat 2.
Tremendous performance from the young West Aussie, 23-year-old Garth Tander, who this season has been incredible. Led it early on, dropped back to 3rd position, recently wrestled that back and moved into 2nd in the series and is chasing Mark Scaife for the title.
Murphy, gets back into the action.
Radicic was 0.3 of a second quicker than both Scaife and Ellery last lap.
Craig Baird sitting in behind the Valvoline Cummins machine as Garth Tander desperately tries to claw back position. He's now in 10th place, up ahead of him, Tony Longhurst. But look at Paul Radicic now. Mark Scaife is a busy man at Sandown Park this afternoon. He's trying to track down that Super Cheap Autos Falcon in front. He's under attack from the Shell Ford behind. The Blue Oval has come alive at Sandown this afternoon. Look at this, hard under brakes. Scaife defending his line on the inside.
Now the switch. Now the switch, Mark. Does he do it? He can't get there.
great pictures.
Be interesting to see if he gets if Radicic gets a really good run, clean run onto the back straight. Just like this.
Well, watch this. This is the big,
this is going to maybe
Skate is shot out of there.
This is the big horsepower battle been talking about. These cars, sure Fords were like missiles at Mount Panorama last year, and this car has been very quick here all weekend. Escape got a good run out of that turn. He's able to match Radicic in a straight line.
Yeah, there's nothing. You'd have to say there's nothing in it between Radicic and Scafie.
So Steve Ellery, Mark Scaife with his hands full here. He's trying to chase Ellery. He's opened up a couple of car lengths on this battle, but he's got Radicic in behind him. And you've got Craig Lowndes in fourth. 2 Fords, 2 Commodores going hammer and tong the way it should be in V8 supercar racing. Fans have really got something to cheer about here this afternoon. Mark Larkham in fifth. John Bowe in sixth. Neil Compton, Paul Wheel, Tony Longhurst and Garth Tander still in 10th place.
Well, you're talking about the Fords there, Mark, and how well Stephen Ellery is going. We can see the Rat doing an exceptional job there in third position. Just a reminder that the Ford banner competition, folks, is back on at the FAI 1000. So get the paintbrushes out. It's got to have that famous Ford oval on it, and the logo must be about 1 metre in diameter. And of course, it's got to be visible somewhere around the perimeter of the track on Saturday, the 18th of November. The main prize of beauty, a Tickford enhanced 200 kilowatt Falcon XR8 valued at 55 grand. So just keep an eye on Sports Tonight, 10's IndyCar coverage and the Australian Motorcycle Grand Prix for further details on that one. Should be a beauty as the Rat continues to try and chase down Scaife.
Lowndes is catching Radicic now.
Yeah. Mark Scaife has not been able to pass the Super Cheap Autos car. So they're really getting a bunch up here. 4 cars, line astern. An amazing performance from Stephen Ellery. It's great to see him in a position where he can show his true talents. This car obviously working very, very well around here. Craig Haystead, building the engines, lead guy, the chief engineer. They're only a small crew, but they've got unbounded enthusiasm and a real determination to win. And they are doing a fantastic job at Sandown Park this afternoon. Hard under brakes at the end of the straight. Ellery, Scaife in second, Radicic in third, Lowndes in fourth. 5 laps remaining for our race leader, Mark Larkham. There's John Bowe in the Caterpillar Ford. Good, strong performance from the Tasmanian this afternoon.
We've had 12 different race winners this season. Could Stephen Ellery become the 13th? We'll soon find out. Let's have a listen to John Bowe around Sandown. Chilling statistic, that one, 260 kilometres an hour as John Bowe brings you down the front straight at Sandown. Lock up from Stephen Ellery, the pressure on as we count down to the finish. Scaife is there hounding him, the Rat right on the back of this freight train up in front. 7 Fords in the top 10 at the moment. No wonder the Blue Oval Brigade are screaming here at Sandown.
Yeah.
8 in the top 12 if you look at it. That's incredible.
Well, this is the way V8 racing should be, isn't it? Ford and Holden evenly matched, going at it hammer and tong, door to door. This is absolute breathtaking stuff.
I think Steve Ellery's saying the same thing, Mark, at the moment. This is the way it should be.
One of the best circuits in the country. It's known as a horsepower track. 3.1 kilometres. Absolutely thrilling stuff. The crowd spellbound by this performance by Stephen Ellery. He's come out of nowhere, and he's doing an amazing job out here. Defending hard from Mark Scaife. He's got 3 laps remaining when he crosses the start-finish line this time around. Can he bring it home? Paul Radicic, though, takes quite a different line, a more conservative line coming out of the corner onto the main straight.
Look at that big crowd here at Sandown.
No shortage of horsepower from the Super Cheap Autos Falcon. The Ford flags are flying high today. Massive crowd in here at Sandown. Mark Scaife trying hard to find his way past that Super Cheap Autos machine. The Shell Helix Ford in third. Oh! Lowndes gets very sideways coming off the curbs out of that turn as he tries to close the gap to this leading trio.
Jump back aboard with Paul Radicic on the tail of Mark Scaife as they work up Repco Hill, the back straight area of this circuit.
Stephen Ellery, just 26 years of age, living on the Gold Coast. His first race back in go-karting in 1987. 43 Shell Championship starts. His best championship result so far, 15th. Here he is battling for the lead with our championship leader. What a remarkable turnaround in this man's relatively short career.
Just wants to try and keep it off the curves on the way out of the corner, because I spoke to him before and he said, oh yeah, I just got it on the curb and booted it, and it's just lost a bit of traction onto the straight, and that's where Scaife got me.
This is incredible when you consider his health at the moment. He hasn't been feeling well, suffering from that glandular fever, but he's doing a sensational job out in front. Look at the rat now.
Oh,
has he got a good run on Scaife? We'll soon find out. He's not close enough.
No.
He's got the legs.
Just been trying to come out of that corner much shallower, so he's actually got less track to cover. 2 laps remaining, just over 6 kilometres of racing left. Can Stephen Ellery hang on?
I have to say I hope so.
Well, it's just an extraordinary performance, isn't it, Baz? I mean, there's a guy who's been running in the 10 to 20 section of the grid this weekend as a result of that stunning qualifying performance yesterday.
Oh, look at it.
He got himself a good starting position.
Don't forget, lots of things coming up on your home of motorsport. One of them, the Honda Indy on the Gold Coast, the 14th and 15th of October. And that's not all. We've got some two-wheeled entertainment for you as well. So we head to the island for the final of the Motorcycle Grand Prix, and the big one, the FAI 1000 at Bathurst, the 18th and 19th of November. That should be sensational if we use today's racing here as Sandown as any basis or judge of that.
Yeah, well, these cars are very evenly matched, aren't they? There is nothing in this. The AU XR8 Falcon and the VT Commodore, they are absolutely evenly matched around Sandown Park. 1 lap remaining for Stephen Ellery as he brings it onto the pit straight once again. The rat goes for his inside line, but not enough real estate there to make a move on Mark Scaife. So positions remain static. Maximum pressure here for Stephen Ellery.
If he can just keep it off the curves onto the straight, so onto the back straight, it should be okay. Scaife looks pretty quick. The last left-hander at the end of the left-hander at the end of the straight, Scaife was pretty quick.
No doubt a lot of people keeping an eye on the progress of Garth Tander there. He is in the background, in contention still for the championship with Mark Scaife. Tander is in 10th spot at the moment. This is, oh, look at this up in front. Scaife having a look at Ellery. He must have had a moment. Coming out of that Eastern Nats corner, he's been getting sideways out of there on a couple of occasions. The rat's still in contention too. Hard in the mouth stuff.
There's Steve's mum watching on. Absolutely everything crossed.
Oh, dear.
Fingernails being bitten off. This is just breathtaking. Can he hold it together? Half a lap remaining for Stephen Ellery. Guides it out of there.
Oh,
Good.
look, back marker.
Good departure from XR turn. He's got this final little switch back here to bring it onto the pit straight. He will bring home his first victory.
Looking good.
Shell Championship Series.
Hang in there, Stephen. He's had a good, clean run. The 26-year-old from the Gold Coast, Steve Ellery, breaks through for his first ever Shell Championship Series win. Well done to the team.
Mum can't believe it. I know his father, Bruce, the whole team have worked very, very hard, and they are a very proud mum and dad. Stephen Ellery can stand tall. He has beaten the best in the business, and he's done it at Sandown Park this afternoon. What an outstanding drive.
And he's done it tough too, Mark. He is not a well boy at the moment, but done a lot of development work on this car. It's a very small team, as Mark mentioned. And against the odds, you might say, he has done it. Stephen Ellery, a race win from Mark Scaife, our championship leader. There's the other man in contention for the title, Garth Tander. Caught a brief shot of him a moment ago. 10th position he finished. Let's recap them for you. Ellery is the man of the moment. He takes race 2 in round 12. Scaife home second. The Rat in third. So possibly looking good for him in terms of a round victory today. And then it was Lowndes, Mark Larkham, John Bowe, Neil Crompton worked his way up to 7th. What about that? A stunning performance from Paul Wheel to get home 8th. Further back, Tander, Baird, Faulkner and Ingle. We'll take a break and come back with more on the other side of this.